it's possible. Make sure you have a good reason to first. Hey, honey, you are Japanese. I'm white. Why is the baby black? hmm. If my husband asked for a DNA test for our baby, I would be pissed. I would honestly be furious. If you want to do it sneaky, you can always say you want to do it 23 and me to look at genetics of your whole family or something. DNA testing default. Abuse the information. Everyone should be DNA tested. Interesting. If they sign the certificate, doesn't matter if it's proven later the kid isn't there, they're on the hook. They just care if the kid is being financially provided for. They don't give a shit if the guy they are forcing to do it is actually the dad. Wow. They don't give a fuck. Take it out of the circumcision, fine. If you feel the need to ask, then you should be past the point where you're worried about offending. Agree, either OP is extremely paranoid or has a good reason to ask. 3 separate times in age paranoid. Just him and the baby. Alright, next article. What's going to happen with mortgage homes? Yes, the bank will find an insurance company and add the premium to your payment. Usually it's very expensive. And if you don't pay, they foreclose. The only way around insuring a home is to own it outright, no mortgage. Not many more upvotes. I don't see them. Affect a lot of retirees. Alright, next article. So they saying even with that, wow, you can be foreclosed. Okay. How does that math check out though? Most young men are single, most women are not. How does that math check out though? More same-sex relationships between women, or young men are dating older men? Or young women are dating older men? Does this mean there's more older single women and older single men? It checks out because women on average date somewhat older men. That's quite a few women who are themselves age. Most men our age want to date women 15 years younger than them. Most people of any gender are exactly as picky as they can afford to be, I suppose. So in settings where women are flooded with offers and most men have few or none, such as Tinder, among the young, the woman will respond by being very picky, while it's the other way around. The men would do exactly the same thing. They're just being human. Leonardo DiCaprio. These comments not really popping. It's all Leonardo fault. The cell phone and social media have shown us that people love to communicate but not connect. What was the last time you spoke to someone close? When was the last time you spoke to someone close to you over the phone? Something I've noticed in myself lately is a complete lack of interest in other people. I also have noticed a similar pattern in me and my friends. Something about the oversaturation of people's thoughts and feelings being rammed down my throat by social media for years. It's just making me not want to be around anyone. It's like, how do you get excited to see people when you see everyone online constantly and can't get a break from it? Used to be you could go months without seeing people or hearing from them, but now you get a constant stream of everyone daily. You don't need to talk to them to know what's going on. There's no mystery, it's too much, and it's really hard not to start feeling like you're just being spoon-fed nonsense constantly. There have been times where people I have spoken to in years posted something on social media and it made me decide I didn't like them anymore. There have been times where people I haven't spoken to posted something on social media and made me decide I didn't like them anymore, which is kind of crazy, honestly, that I could just pull my phone out in the wrong time and decide I never want to talk to my second cousin or my book buddy from school or something again because they shared something I don't agree with, instead of, say, running into them and actually speaking to them and finding out how they actually feel. Everyone needs to share every single damn thing about themselves now to the point where no one is interesting anymore. There's nothing left to find out. You can meet someone and find out everything you need to know about them in 5 minutes from looking at their social media. Everyone's political opinions are also usually really obvious by looking at their posts or at least what they follow. And so a lot of the touchy subject, you already know where someone stands. It also makes you less interested in actually pursuing friendships because everything is just a giant contest to be popular online. You literally can't do anything in social setting anymore without people recording you and posting it, and everyone. You literally can't do anything in a social setting anymore without people recording you and posting it, and everyone there sharing it. Every little dumb thing gets made into a meme, etc. Eventually, you just start to get burnt out from it and stop trying to keep up. Or in the case of many, you never get it in the first place, which means you're just left out being more isolated than ever. Interesting. 8 billion people everywhere in the thought. Analysis paralysis lurks. I think it comes down to dominance of choice. By and large, society sets up men as pursuers and women as the pursued in matters of sex and romance. Yes, I know this is always true, but broadly, it used to be that the pool of partners was limited to the village or town or parts of the city, so people got together because they didn't know about potentially better choices. Now the internet and dating apps has made that pool massively larger and giving women a much larger choice of who to accept as a partner, meaning they can, for better or worse, be more selective when it comes to picking a partner. Yep. Yeah, women have way more people messaging than guys do, not to mention okay. The internet messed up dating for every woman looking for a partner. 400 men are in their DMs scrapping at them like it's a lunch. They do. Okay, time. That's it. But not yet. This comment needs to be higher. What comment? Make it difficult to afford a house, care, childcare, and the endless to promote the Instagram lifestyle. Men in their 20s will feel unable to provide what's expected for long-term stable relationships. In my opinion, it's the result of wages becoming increasingly disconnected from productivity over the last few decades, increasing lifestyle expectations from social media, and the desire many in my 27 core have to live it up. Many men I know would like to be in a dedicated relationship but struggle to find meaningful work conversations to support themselves comfortably, let alone a partner, kids, political instability, climate change, social fracture, all discouraged as well. Additionally, I didn't used to believe this. I think the widespread accessibility of porn has something to do with it. Personally, I'm in a great relationship with a sweet, intelligent, beautiful girl, but the cost of even living a less comfortable than my parents is overwhelming. I don't want 50% of my paycheck going to paying my landlord's mortgage. I'm terrified of raising a child in a world racing toward environmental catastrophe. I look at my government and see only corporate control and insane dogmatic Christian ideology. Band-aids get applied to problems, but it's not enough. It's true. Dating is just such a crapshoot. I basically have only 3 options. Just walk up to a girl and ask her out despite knowing absolutely nothing about her other than her physical appearance. And despite the high risk of creeping her out and humiliating myself, there is a reason that is the traditional method, as it comes from a time when women were expected to marry young. So they were kind of forced to say yes to some random guy who asked them out. To use dating apps, which disgustingly prey on the simple human desire for emotional connection and intimacy by placing most of their features behind paywalls. Besides, even on Bumble, women seem extremely reluctant to talk. Almost every woman I've matched with makes our conversation into a one-sided affair where I feel like I'm talking to a wall. It's also very, very easy when communicating only through text to say something that is misinterpreted. Just wait.